welcome back to the farmlet. My name's Bill, and this is our little patch of paradise. As you can tell, it was dawn about an hour ago, and yeah, we can't see it. All we see is gray. Beautiful day. Another day in paradise. We're gonna go out and work on the SDLD25 again today. See what we can do with this thing. I've got a few plans for some more upgrades, one of which includes a crane. I need a crane to lift some heavy stuff and put it in the bed of this thing and cart it around the farm. So, another modification. This box showed up from TEMU. I'm not a real big fan of TEMU or anything, but I've tried it out, and as long as you totally understand that this is cheap Chinese junk, you won't be disappointed. And so far, I've been kind of impressed by some of the junk that I've gotten. And I've gotten it with the idea that, yeah, it's cheap. It's if I like whatever it is, the product, and I like using it, then I'll go and spend more money for a better one. But, you know. Anyway, let's go play with this new box that I got and see what we can do and see what kind of quality TEMU has delivered to my doorstep. Well, let's see what they got for us here. Came wrapped in a exterior bag. I'm gonna need, well, yeah, my razor knife cut that. Pretty stout strapping, which is a good thing. Got to survive shipment all the way from China. Oh! Ta-da! That's the crane. Base plate with a really nice bearing, an 8-ton jack, and this thing supposedly will handle 2,000 pounds. I don't think I'm going to push that. And it appears that there may be a locking pin, so we pay attention to which direction we mount the base and put in a pin to lock it in place. Maybe it's a bolt. I don't see a hole. But I sense needing a locking pin on this thing is going to be paramount. Well, let's see what we can do about mounting this thing and see if it's even going to fit. Well, there's the base plate there, and it's obvious that it's sort of in the way for some things, and it's going to be overhanging or going through the tubes, and I don't want to give me any problems in that respect. That'll fit quite nice. I think that will work. Now that I have it placed about where I think it might need to be, let's try putting the vertical part on it and see what that looks like. Well, it clears the engine, and it almost clears the bed. That post wasn't there, but I'm going to have a headache rack on here, so it's going to go from there to there. So there will be a limit to its movement, but I think that'll work. Looks like I moved this a little bit. Okay. Still, it's got clearance. Of course, if I go and put the plastic cover for the air cleaner back on here, it belongs on that engine, it's not going to clear. I wonder if that headache rack is going to interfere with the crane. I bet you it's going to, because the headache rack was going to stand pretty tall. I may have to rethink my headache rack idea. But as far as I can tell, I think that's definitely a possibility here. Okay, what I've done here is I've gone and taken and put a big old C-clamp on here. Then I went and I placed it on here, and I looked at it real seriously, and the holes are lined up with the center line of the 2x2 tubing. That way I'll be cutting straight through the tubing and be able to put some bolts on the back side of it. And I got a big old monster Sharpie here, and I'm going to try. Yeah, that ain't going to work. I was going to try to mark the holes. We may have to come up with a different idea. Enter my different idea. A little bit of John Deere yellow paint. Well, at least that ought to give me a rough circle to be able to work with. We shall see. But got to know where to drill the holes. Make sure I know where I'm going to drill the holes before I drill the holes. Because once you drill the holes, they're there. Okay, we'll let that dry for a few minutes and move it and see what we got. Okay, it's been a few minutes. Let's see what we got. Okay, I'm going to carefully remove this so I don't smear anything. And we have some circles to work with. Let's go find a metal punch. I got 2 different metal punches just in case one doesn't work that well. It's important to note that the 2x2 tubing is very thin walled. So this crane is never going to be used to pick up 2,000 pounds because it just won't handle it. So, but it'll be handy for 600 pounds. Here we go. Okay, I got a nice dimple. That was gonna be tough. I don't think I was good. Okay. Now we gotta drill a few pilot holes. Okay, we're gonna drill a few pilot holes here. A little squirt of cutting oil. Just a little bit. That's all we need to start. Now I got it started. Got it started. As soon as it starts smoking like that, you know it's hot. Too hot. See, it started smoking again. It's too hot. I'm gonna back off on the speed. Well, that's how you know you're about to punch through. Tighten this thing up a bit. Okay. Lots of torque. A little more oil. See? Right on through. Now you got to make sure you're nice and straight up and down before you start making the lower one. I'm punching through the other side. And got to put a little oil on it. Right on through.
Boots, scoop, boots, boom, boom, cat, wobble, wobble, boom, bap, yeehaw. Drop that wobble, boots, cousin. I like the way she wobbles when she walks down the dirt road. Booty jiggling like jelly on a hot biscuit load. Wobble, wobble, shake it left, shake it right. Girl, you got that country thunder, make my overalls tight. I like the way she wobbles, wobbles in them daisies.
Now we're going to try doing a 9/16 inch, 9/16 borehole with a hole saw. Let's see how that works. Need some oil. She wobble to the left, wobble to the right, like a tractor trailer hauling hay on a Friday night. I ain't no city slicker, I'm a backwoods kind of guy. She got me hauling more oil.
About to touch the sky. Got cornbread pies and gravy in her hips when she drops it low. My jaw just. Now
we have a 9/16 inch hole. This carbide bit I also got off of TEMU. So far it's working pretty good.
Y'all feel that bass. Wobble on it. I like the way she wobbles when she 2 steps cross the bone, making all the fellas jealous, setting off for long. Wobble, wobble, drop it down, pick it up slow. Girl, you finer than fried chicken. chicken at the county fair. I like the way she wobble, wobble, wobbles like a fishing bobber. Got me hooked like catfish, ain't no way I'm sober. Wobble, baby, wobble to the cows come home. This hillbilly rap got the whole holler on the phone. She ain't no skinny minnie, she stick like molasses sweet. Wobbling through the
Ta-da! I think I'm gonna take a break. Okay, well, I'm not quite finished, but I'm gonna take a break. Go get something for breakfast. Figured I'd go and clean up some of my metal shaving mess over here and mock it up and see if I'm on the right track. Well, I got metal shavings everywhere. Okay, we've got my plate, base plate. I'll line it up with my holes. Looks like they're pretty close. There we go. And I found a bolt. It's about the right size, I think. That'll work. That one's a little off. That one will work. That one will work. That one will work. Yeah. That one's just a hair off. Well, that's not bad for a first try. Now this is a 1/2 inch bolt that's 2.5 inches long. I'm going to need some that are 3 inches long. And I figure since I'm going to get some, I might as well go get some stainless. So, time to go to Ace Hardware or Amazon, one of the two. Let's see which one I have the patience for.
My tractor's got bigger nuts than her new boyfriend got. Hanging low. My tractor's got bigger nuts than her new boyfriend got. Hanging low like a moonshine steel pipe.
Good morning. Welcome back to the farmlet out in the middle of nowhere. About 10 a.m. on a Sunday, and I slept late. And it looks like UPS and Amazon have paid us a visit. So let's go get this and take it in the barn. Parts, new parts, all for the dumper. Let's see what Amazon brought us. What did they bring me? Ah, flat washers. Gotta have the flat washers. Nylon locking nuts. Hex screws. Those are the stainless steel hex screws. And I went ahead and bought another carbide hole saw kit. If you've never seen these things are awesome. If you use hole saws like I do, here, let me tap my camera. I hate it when that little preview window disappears. But anyway, these things work a heck of a lot better than those ones I get at Lowe's and whatnot. They've got carbide tips, and they chew through metal like nobody's business. And since I went and used and abused the 9/16 until it lost its center drill bit, I decided to spend 28 bucks on Amazon and get a whole nother kit. So I'll have double of all this stuff. Let me see, open this thing up, see what it looks like. Ta-da! It's a pretty slick little kit. And it goes all the way up to, oh, what's this? 54 millimeters, which is 2 1/8 inches. 13-piece set. For 28 bucks, you cannot go wrong. So, I don't mind having doubles and triples of tools that I know I'm going to tear up. And when you start tearing into metal like this, you're going to wear them out. You're going to tear them up. One of the things that angers me quite a bit is when I walk into Ace Hardware and I'm looking for a 1/4-inch bit. Just a plain old 1/4-inch metal bit. They don't want to sell me a metal bit. They want to sell me a whole set of bits. A 64, 120, 250, whatever it is. I don't need 64 bits. I need one 1/4-inch bit. And oh, by the way, I need 14 of them because I'm going to go poke stuff in a bunch of steel beams on a barn to go and put in, what do you call it? Roofing. You know? When you go poking through a bunch of sheet metal and then metal ribs for the barn, you're going to go through an awful lot of 1/4-inch bits. But anyway, off my soapbox. The other box that showed up, and I'm not going to open this now. I'm going to surprise you in another video. But it's an 18-volt charging system for this Rato engine. Now it'll fit on the Predator 420cc from Harbor Freight. It'll work on this Rato engine. It comes with a new flywheel, which is heavy, and whole new electrical system, because the one that's in there is 1.5 amps. This thing does 18 amps. If you're going to be running a winch or a bunch of lights or anything off of there, this is a real important upgrade, and I'm looking forward to that in another video. But anyway, let's go get our hardware and see what we can do with this thing on the crane install. I got some new nuts. My wife just called me and told me that breakfast is ready. You can call me an awful lot of things, but calling me late for breakfast when Mama Bear is making her special waffles, yeah, that ain't happening. So, I'm going to go have some breakfast. It's amazing how a quick breakfast turns into a quick breakfast and a couple of hours of planting potatoes, and then taking out the trash and helping with a couple other chores. And oh, by the way, dear, we got some stuff to do over here. Yeah. Then I got other things to do. What are you doing, Flops-a-lot? Honey, can you do me a favor? Has become a dirty word sometimes. I don't know when it happened, but I'm told I'm not allowed to question it. So here we are. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it looks like. Cat litter in a fertilizer spreader. And I'm going over our septic pad. And as I walk around, all of that cat litter magically disappears.
No more staring at the ceiling, spinning out of control. I've been living in the deep end, but now I'm coming home. And I'm picking up only the good things now. And it's only the good things now.
There we go.
Picking up only
It's
the
empty.
good things now. Only the good things now. I'm picking up only
Sure, Flops-a-lot. Now that lunch is over, I really would like to go and get my stuff done in the barn. Yeah, I've got work to do. You laying here getting pets isn't getting anything done. You gonna let me get some work done? Hop down, buddy. Hop down. Good boy. Good kitty. Well, let's see if we can get a few things done. Maybe a couple. Yeah. Got distracted quite a few times today. But we'll get that crane on there eventually. One of these days. Well, that's just great. I spent 20 minutes boring this hole and boring this hole and making sure all this stuff was lined up, and I never hit record. You ever had one of them days? Yeah, one of them days. We all have those days, right? At least I try to convince myself that I'm not the only poor idiot on this planet that does. Man, I got metal shavings everywhere. I'm gonna have to blow myself off, because Jan gets really pissed off when metal shavings end up in her underwear in the laundry. Okay, let's try a test fit. See if this actually is gonna line up. See if it's gonna work. I hope so. Okay, I got some new stainless steel hardware. Notice these are threaded all the way up. The reason why I did that is not all of these are going through tubing. So I need the threads all the way up so that I can put it right on the back side of the bulkhead. And bolt number 1 over here in the corner. Hey, it fit. I'm going to put a washer on both sides. I'm going to put one of these nylon lock washers on here. You know, just get them started. Get another one started here.
She bounced for a dude with a man bun and green juice. Prius so quiet it sneaks up like a goose. But I'm out here grinding on my rusty old Massey. Hauling timber, spitting fire, never sassy. He got emojis, I got jerky in the cooler. He yoga pose in the mud like a fool, bro. His sense cologne from some fancy boutique rack. My straight stanky danky patch grown full of tape. One hook, buzzer drop, possum play dead quick. That's my signature boy, country cologne real thick. My tractor's got bigger nuts than a new boyfriend guy. Hanging low like a moonshine steel pie. He flex yoga selfies, I flex these callous paws. But when the mud hits deep, who she call? Oh, red, y'all. Bigger nut, boom, bigger nuts. Tractor swinging heavy, boy, that's country truck. Bigger nuts. Then that city fools got hillbilly hip hop. We running this spot. He flows some beach pigs, tan lines, all pristine. I'm frying possum ham, sipping shine so mean his lungs weak from that clean air.
Ta-da! We got all of them in that I've got holes in, and I can't bore that hole because the motor's in the way. So that's a good start. That'll work, right?
My tractor's got bigger nuts than her new boyfriend got. Hanging low like a moon. Yoga selfie, flex these callous balls. But when the mud hits deep, tractor swinging heavy, boy, that's country trust. Bigger nuts. Then the city fools got here. How we running this? My tractor's got bigger nuts. When the motor shot, he compensating hardcore, boy, blessed little heart, but in the holler, bigger nuts tear the chart apart.
It's on there now. That ain't going nowhere. Do you think it'll still fit? You think? I'm hoping. I think they call this the mast. M-A-S-T. Come on, get down in that last bearing. There we go. Just barely catches right here. Almost as if this was missing, that little section. I could twist it all the way around. But okay, I'm tickled to death. Now we just got to assemble the rest of it, right? Hello? Hey, what's up?
I'm going to start my food. It'll take about 30 minutes. I know you probably have a leftover sausage, so I thought I'd let you know.
Yes, dear. I'll be there in a little bit.
No rush.
Okay, bye. And this is how a 20-minute project ends up being 9 hours. But, yeah.
Come on, get in the hole, get in the hole.
Oh well. I'll have to mess with that after dinner.
Wobble, wobble, boom. Boom. Banjo plug. Cat, boom, boom.
Good morning. Welcome back to the farm. Let in the middle of nowhere. My wife made me some of her famous, world famous biscuits and gravy. And then I ended up spending 45 minutes watching the news first thing in the morning. Just
I fuck my toaster in the tub, I guess that makes me inbred. I'm not suicidal, I just kinda wanna be dead. Demons coming from behind, screaming, that's what she said.
you coming with me?
Only time I feel alive is dreaming on my deathbed. Duck, rubber duck, what the fuck is going on? I was scrubbing in the tub, now I'm sinking in this pond. I used to have feathers and was flying copacetic. Now my wings are plucked and tethered and I'm dying empathetic. I'm a little fucked up and a lot of bit sad. I'm a fucking trash bag, but I'm far from glad. I got a couple fans, but the only one I'm feeling is the air in my hair as I'm floating through the ceiling.
We're going to try to get some work done on this today. Finish up the assembly. Let's get to work.
Now and then I think of when we were together. Like when you said you felt so happy you could die. I told myself that you were right for me, but felt so lonely in your company. But that was love and it's an ache I still remember. admit that I was glad it was over. But you didn't have to cut me off, make out like it never happened. We were nothing, and I don't even need your love, but you treat me like a stranger, and that feels so rough. No, you didn't have to stoop so low. Have your friends collect your records and then change your number. I guess that I don't need that though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Now you're just somebody that I used to know.
Ta-da! It's on. It's pretty much locked down. Everything's tight, and it works. Unfortunately, it's been wet outside, so yeah, I'm not real sure about taking it out and playing with it yet. But it's done. Finally, it's over with. Now I'm going to go back inside, take a break, really try not to watch the TV. Neutral, choke on, little bit of throttle. Battery, we got power. I think I'm in neutral. Contact, clear.
The sky's been quiet for too long. No answer comes, but I keep strong. I light my sins like cigarette smoke and breathe them in till I choke. I've walked through fire, I've slept in rain, called my name on walls of pain. If mercy's out there, I've lost my way. God, I am not okay. These hands still shake when I recall the things I built, the things that fall. 1,000 prayers turned into ash, a love that burned alive too fast. The river's low, the moon's gone pale. I'm bound to earth, nailed by my fear. I've tried to stand, but I just pray. God, I am not okay. God, I am not okay. I've been walking blind through yesterday. If you can hear me through the haze, don't turn your face away. God, I am not okay. I've lied to men, I've lied to you. Said I'd be strong, but that ain't true. The whiskey talks where words should stay, and truth just fades away. My heart's a house of broken glass, a mirror of the things that passed. The silence grows where I should pray. God, I am not okay. If grace is real, don't let me drown. I've carried saints don't hear, the stars don't speak. I'm on my knees, too tired, too weak. Let this storm wash me clean. Let me fade between the seas. If there's light beyond this grave, God, I am not okay. God, I am not okay. But I'm still here, I'm still afraid. If all I've lost is what you gave, then take my soul, don't let it fade. God, I am not okay. God, I am not
Well, that sucked.
I'm still
I don't like getting physically assaulted by the crane. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out, because that ain't gonna work. But it sort of works. At least I'll be able to lift stuff into the bed, and that's what we were going for, thankfully. Oh well. Thanks for enduring this long pain in the butt video, but I got distracted quite a bit, and this is stretched across quite a few days. So that's one more thing scratched off the to-do list. Let's go find something else to work on.
wobble, wobble, boom. Banjo plug. Cat, cat, boom, boom.
Standard disclaimer. Don't try this at home. Your mileage may vary. I have no idea what I'm doing. I've only been doing it for about 50 years. Don't take any of this that you watching my videos as gospel. These are not instructional videos. I just like to share what I'm doing out here on the farm. With that, enjoy.